Hey y'all. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone is well. Happy Wednesday. That's what it is. Hi everyone. Thank you for joining. Coley, how are you, girl? Maya, hi. McCoy, hi everyone. Cheryl, thank you for joining. Oh shoot, what am I doing? Can y'all hear me? I don't even have headphones. Lord have mercy. Y'all hear me? Lord. Hey. A little late, so we're gonna jump right on in here. Hey Cheryl, did you see my message on LinkedIn? I'm gonna show you right now before I forget. All right. See, Cheryl will tell you, listen, I'll go look to see if y'all doing what y'all said y'all was gonna do. And Cheryl actually been working, but I just want to help her with something. All right. Hopefully you can see this. Can you see the little? Let me see myself. You see, it looks like a little pencil right there, Cheryl. Oh, you did it? Okay. You fixed it. Okay, perfect. Okay. So what I was showing her is how you can go back in and edit. So what we went over, thank y'all so much for joining. For those of you who are joining, we're on day 3 of LinkedIn. Wait a minute. Let me make sure it's not. Because I left my car out. Hold on. I was like, what is that noise? Okay, it's not my car. Okay. So you're welcome. So we're on day 3, all right? So one of the things we talked about on day 1 and day 2 was making sure that you have your heading. Now, if you all have been looking, right, really look at I've been changing my heading probably the last couple of days. Hey, Nicole. I've been changing my heading actually the last couple of days because I'm playing with something. Because what I'm doing is LinkedIn is about strategy, okay? How are you? LinkedIn's about strategy. And so I want y'all to listen. I did my heading, right? And then what'll happen is I'll go back and look the next day to see who are the people who have connected to me, right? And usually it's based on a heading. Now it's like, that heading's working, but maybe I need to tweak this word, right? So I continue to change my heading so that the keywords match my target audience. And the more connections that you start to have, you'll see, okay, my heading must be working. The keywords I'm using must be working. If you are not making any type of connections, it's your keywords. If it's just random people, have nothing to do with what you are trying to sell, whatever services, then that's the reason why, okay? So you might have to tweak your heading off and on, okay? Which is right here. So when we were talking, because I didn't get to show this is where your heading goes, all right? Where's that thing at? All the way down. Here is your about section. Your about section is where the summary is actually going to go. So this is where you're going to summarize. Hopefully y'all can see this. Can y'all see this? Y'all see the about section, right? So the about section is where your summary is going to go. Okay, y'all? Can y'all still hear me? Can y'all still hear me? Let me know if y'all can still hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can still hear me. Now, this is my time of year. I always pick the month of like April to really start tweaking and changing my LinkedIn. So you'll see me change this a whole lot in April and May, all right? I'll start adding some different things, some different pictures. I might even, it's all strategy. It's all strategy because think about it. This is what some people will think that what they do is that they have, they post all the time, which they could. You can post articles and that's their strategy, right? But for me, I notice when I don't post a lot and I post with intentions or repost with intentions, I get a lot more connections. So I hope that makes sense. Hey Stacy, thank you for joining. So I hope that makes sense. So you have to think of a strategy that's going to work for you all. So again, I just want to make sure everybody's on the same page, is that by now for day 1 and day 2, you should at least already had your heading, okay? You should also have already had your LinkedIn summary, okay? And if you haven't already, you can grab the planner, because this is on sale, so it actually goes off sale on Friday, okay? It goes back to the original price. All right, and so, which is right now, it's not, I can say it on here, it's $9.99, it's $10, that's it, to help you set it up. Now, I asked some people last night, I said, DM me the word heading, and I only had one person. And so I ended up meeting with her, and I scheduled, and so I created her heading for her because she was struggling with it. The other piece is just some people struggle with is also of the about. I changed this. If you have been looking at my LinkedIn, it's changed since yesterday. Okay, it's changed. So again, it's all about strategy. So it takes time. So don't feel like, I always tell people, it's not like my charger came out. It's not like Facebook trying to get your your bio together. It's more detailed. You're going out there, corporate clients, right? And also some small business owners. So it just takes a little bit more time, and it's okay. All right, so are we clear? Do y'all have any questions about day 1 or day 2? Anything about the heading or what we've talked about so far before we move on? I'm just making sure. Anything else before we move on? Yeah, I know I'll be having my private summers, okay? If y'all don't, all right. Some of y'all not old enough to know anything about that. Any questions? Everybody's good? Okay, we're good. Okay, we're good. Okay. Nicole, you are following me? I thought aren't you on LinkedIn following me? Because I was. Yeah, I'm gonna look at hers. Let me just want to make sure. I think I am. I think I saw your name today. Yep, that's what I thought. You are. I see it now. You too. Oh my God. I have fans all over. My husband was like, "Hi, sis." I have fans all over the place. Okay, so look, one of the things I would suggest, Nicole, with your LinkedIn is that you, number 1, change your heading. Number 2, this, well, let me ask you this question. Maybe I should take this. I take that back, because it says customers. No. But listen, that's okay, because guess what? It's there. Okay, you have a whole profile. Some people don't even have a profile. Okay, thank you for joining. Some people don't have profiles, so no, you're doing good. It's not even worried about that. So don't even worry. But what I do want you to think about this. I want you to think about, do you want to market for customer service, or do you want to market for your travel business? Okay, because if you want to we're doing I'm doing random LinkedIn audits. That's what we're doing, y'all. As y'all come in, again, you can grab the planner and the bio to follow along with us. We're on day 3 of LinkedIn. All right, so what if you want to, like you said, independent travel specialist, which is actually in your title, I would create a heading around that. Then inside of your about section, you can put your customer service skills, because you need good customer service, right? I would add that inside of your heading. Also, these certifications that you have, I will still keep that there. Oh, you did 6 Sigma. Come on now. That is really good. But you still want to keep that. Like the 6 Sigma, your customer service, project management, all of that's still good skills. Okay, so you want to make sure that you add that with the travel inside of your summary. I started one years ago and never went back, but I got a lot of people asking to follow me. I'm gonna need you to get on it ASAP. I know her, y'all. So I need you to get on the ASAP. So while we sitting here, I need you to be taking some notes, okay? because we need to get our LinkedIn. Because if you have products and services, you need to be there. Because listen, if you have even products, you can sell wholesale to people on LinkedIn. Okay, so now this can be like individual TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, but wholesale can be wholesale and private label can be on LinkedIn. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you have products or services. All right, so Nicole, that's what I would do. Okay, now the other thing is, Nicole, you have the R in parentheses. As long as you, how did I search you? I found you because I saw your face. Okay, send me a DM. Put the word heading. I found, I wonder if I would have searched you, would I found you with the R, with that parentheses. So what I want you to do is ask somebody that you know. Just say, search for me on LinkedIn. Don't tell them nothing. Don't say Nicole R. Walker. Don't say any of that. Just get one of your friends. Say, are you on LinkedIn? Can you go search for me? And see if they're able to find you. If they're not able to find you, I will remove that parentheses and that R. Okay? And you can just keep just a regular R. Okay? Because that is how people find your name. Remember I told you about the time with my, you have a beautiful profile picture. You too, Cheryl. That's how people couldn't find me, is because I had that L. Okay, and actually I just removed it because somebody, again, for a while, for a couple of years I was okay, but the last 2 weeks people have been struggling, so I just removed it altogether. So I don't even have that in my profile anymore. Okay, so you're welcome. You're welcome. All right, and so we're gonna move on. So we are on page. What page is 3? This is page 5. Okay. We're talking about finding and connecting with ideal clients. And so this is actually good. So when you're connecting with clients, I'm going to show you all something. Let me go back to mine. Now, again, we're on page 5 at the bottom. Okay, it talks about connections. Basically, if you're not connected to a lot of people, your search ranking is limited. So the more people that you're connected to, then the better off you'll be, okay? But this is the thing, though. It's not like Facebook. So Facebook, has a limit. I think, what is it, like 12,000 or something? I can't remember, whatever it is. It's a limit to the number of people. Thank you for joining. It's a limit to the number of people that can actually follow you. That you can connect to. On LinkedIn, you got 30,000 connections available. 30,000. So you won't be running out of space. 30,000 people that you can connect to. But this is what I want this is really, really important to hear. Remember that LinkedIn is strategy. It's nothing but strategy. That's why I tell people, just take your time connecting to people. The same thing you do your heading and your summary, okay? Take your time. So when you connect to someone, again, you want to connect to someone who is your target audience. And the reason why is because, number one, you'll start getting those people following you. Okay. So just because what has, let me see, do I still have a lot of people? Let me see what happened today. Let's see. It's like today, I think we had, she just cleaned this up, y'all. I know it's probably like, let me see. What is these notifications? I don't know if you can see it on here. Like when I woke up, it might be on my phone. Let me see. When I woke up today, we had 54. I think I had like 54 something, and she just cleaned it out. But those 54 people, it was 64, y'all. Hold on. Was it 64? No, 63. See? 63 connections, okay? And that was from this morning. Now, some people might be like, ooh, that's great. I got all these connections, and people, no, because everyone is not meant for me to connect with. So that's why I had to hire someone. That takes all day to go through 63 connections to see if they really are true connections to my target audience, to the people I want to connect with. So I don't just go through and say accept. Some of them must, we say decline. And then whenever, she has a question. Hi, Hannah. I might be coming to London. Oh, I need to talk to you because we're planning on something in London. How are you? Good to see all my people. But you don't want to connect to everybody, okay? Y'all got that? So when people is, you want a lot of connections, but you want strategic connections on LinkedIn. Hey, beautiful. You want strategic connections on LinkedIn. Okay? Does that make sense, y'all? I will. It's so good to see you. I said I was coming. I was just like, you were here. I don't even know if I told you I moved back, because I think I was in Dubai the last time we talked. I actually moved back to the States. So we definitely had to connect. See, I just love my sisters from across the pond. All right. Do we have any questions about that? Everybody got that? So so you want to have connections, but you don't want to be connected to a lot of people. So again, I even had someone reach out to me, and they said it was so weird. I guess maybe they were a marketing agency. Let's check in. Exactly. Okay. Let's check in later. Because one of the things, what they told me is a good idea to use a business name or your government name. No, your government name. Use your government name. Absolutely. Great question. Great question, because, we do different things on TikTok and Facebook. No, use your government name. Because you want to think of LinkedIn as more of which it is. It's a business profile. It's I always say it's bougie. It is what it is. Okay, you just have, it is. You get government name, because when you do proposals and all of that, they want to know who they're talking to. Yep. So great question. So yeah, that's why I was telling you about that R in parentheses. You might want to take that out, okay? And just make it an R. But see if somebody can search you first. That's going to be important. But again, you want to make connections, but the right connections. So if you are now starting to be more active, you'll probably start getting people to connect with you. But again, even LinkedIn, sometimes they be trying to date you in LinkedIn. They be looking for people, okay? I'm like, I'm not trying to date you, okay? So that's why I said you really got to pay attention to who you're connecting to. They do that on LinkedIn. They didn't used to, but it's gotten weird. And now everybody's selling like everything. I'm just like, can you just say hi to me? What's my name? And that's what we're going to talk about too. I believe in relationships. I really do. I believe in having genuine relationships when you meet people, and not just talking about selling something all the time. Okay, so just really be careful with that. All right, so we're going to go on to page 6, where we talk about targeted connections, and again, increases your search results. Okay, random connections, like I said, they're random, but this is a thing that can mess you up. Let's say if this is the reason why I hired somebody, if those 63 people sat there for a couple of days, it actually affects my search, y'all. Hey, Coleman. Do y'all get that? It will actually affect my searches. So in other words, if I let 64 people just sit out there for a couple of days, more than likely I'm not going to be in the search that next day or that next day. They're like, okay, she's not checking her inbox. We ain't gonna keep on pushing people to her. That doesn't make sense. I don't care what type of keyword she has. So you have to empty out your inbox. And with me, and the reason why I found out is because my inbox got so bad. Y'all, I'm so embarrassed to say this, but I'm gonna say it. But I could not keep up with it. I had 200 and something messages, and I was like, oh, I can't do this. I'm gonna have to hire somebody. And then after I cleaned the 200 out, the next day was another 50, and the next day was another 60. But those keywords were working. But what happened when I let it sit at that 60 something, I noticed it was really, you're welcome, it really slowed down. Like I didn't have connections for a couple of days, and so it's true. So clean out your inbox so the algorithm will say, okay, she's active, right? Because even if you're checking your inbox and you're replying back, you're active, okay? So you want to make sure you do that. So I had to hire somebody, but just I would suggest say, you know what, I'm going to check my LinkedIn messages in the morning, or before I go to bed at night. That's going to be my thing to do, so they won't get, and plus there's opportunity in there. All of those are just not random messages. There's some opportunities in those messages, trust me. And you just got to figure out which one is actually good. Hey, Dr. Lauren. You got to think which one is actually good for you. Okay? Does that make sense? So again, we're on page 6. All right. Step 3. All right. Anybody else have any questions before we move along? These some great questions, Nicole. Anybody else? And so the way that you find out, let's see. So I don't even know. So right here, I have, what do I have? Over 5,000 and something followers, and I have 500 plus connections. That's what it'll say, okay? And that increases. People will just start following you. But that's where you'll see the number of connections and followers that you actually have, okay? And if you notice, which I'm geared, yeah, I'm geared to change this. But right here, so like I told you, like April, May, I started making a whole lot of changes. Like you'll probably, like yesterday, if you looked at my LinkedIn yesterday, it's not the same as today. And probably by the time I go to sleep tonight, it's not going to be as soon as I start. I'm very strategic. And so that's why you want to take, because I'm like, if I'm going to invest all this time into this summary and doing all this work, I want to make sure that the right people are coming to my inbox, and I want to make sure the right keywords are there. And whatever I'm doing at that moment is what I want people to find me. I would find keywords pertaining to travel. Correct. Exactly. You know when, what page was it? Hold on. I would use on page 3, I gave you the tools that you could use for those to find keywords, but I would use travel. I would definitely use travel. I would use travel. I would use corporate. What do y'all call it? Corporate. Not corporate outings. Corporate events. That's what I'm trying to say. Corporate events, things like that. That's what I would do. Okay, but use one of those 3. Probably maybe the Google Keyword Planner. So what we're looking at is the guide that you can get in my bio. Okay, so I will go back and look at those. Yep, that's a great question. Great question. Let's see. All right, we're on page 6. So now let's talk about this, the message. This is important. So when you connect to someone, this is where I struggled at. I was like, what am I supposed to say to them now? I was like, what am I supposed to say? And I was messing up, y'all. It was horrible. So let me ask you a question. Do you put a 1 in the chat if you already have a message that you can, and I'm not even going to say a message. You should actually have 4. You should have 4 different messages for 4 different scenarios. Put a 4 in the chat if you have 4 messages. Put a 0 in the chat if you don't have any. You already have a template. Basically 4 different templates for 4 different messages to go out to people. Because you always say keep them inside your notepad so you can stay ready. Okay. This is going to help you then. Anybody else? Okay, thank you, Cheryl. Okay, so what you want to do is, once you get your heading done and once you get your summary done, you want to start writing down a list of prospects, people that you think that you can reach out to, which would be like Nicole, like I said, corporate organizations, and maybe doing some traveling, planning for them, maybe even for their executives, right? Being a travel partner for their organization. Some of them go on trips and things like that. There's some organizations that probably, and actually in LinkedIn, search the word travel and see what comes up. It'll come up, and it'll even have like, let me show you this. See, we're going to do real live things. Hopefully the battery don't give out. Okay. So when you do the word travel, look, it gives you jobs, products, companies, people, posts, groups, courses, service, events, schools. So you can just sit there and just start really looking and seeing who you can connect with. See, by groups, by courses, by companies. And maybe you might want, what I would do if it was me, I would do, I would do events, right? Because a lot of these people like webinars and all this kind of see who's doing the webinars, see if people are actually hosting events. And so here's one called Happy Business Networking and Travel for Lovers. Okay, so this looks like an organization who's having a travel event. And so maybe you reach out to them and say, listen, hi, I'm a travel agent, and I was just wondering if you have a travel agent that you currently work with, I'd love the opportunity to speak with you. Because they might have booked this themselves, right? But there's a lot of them here, and there's a lot of groups in here too. Oh, this is actually good. Okay, now I didn't get off, but I done found something else. Look what they did, Nicole. Okay, listen, everybody can do this because you can create events inside of LinkedIn. So you know how you can create events on Facebook and stuff. So you can create your own travel event and talk to people about different travel packages that are coming up. They created a whole thing. So how I got to that, I did travel and I did events. All right. And I bet you they're getting some corporate people from some of this stuff because it's on LinkedIn. Okay. Is that helpful? Let's see. Cheryl, hold on. We doing hands on. Hold on, Cheryl. Let me get you right now. Cheryl, you still in here? Once you really start getting it, you're going to start really liking it because you're like, ooh. See? See, it's exciting. See? Exactly. Are you still in here, Cheryl? I don't know if she's still in here. So I was going to show her something. Okay. Now I did domestic violence advocate. Look, so the same thing. It comes up people inside the search at the top, okay? It came up people, jobs, posts, groups, companies, schools, courses, events, products, services, and then it came up all these people, okay, that you could potentially connect with. Because so like here's her name is Cloris Nichols. So like her, I would connect with her if I was a domestic violence advocate because she does podcasting. Why would I connect with her? Because she can get my story out and also I can share my business to her platform, to her people, to extend my reach. You see? Nicole, the same thing. And if anybody else is in here, I just know that I know what they're doing. So if there's anybody else, throw out what you're doing and I can help brainstorm with you. So with you, Nicole, the same thing. You can get on somebody's podcast and talk about your travel business, okay? I always tell people to look for media exposure. Social media is not the end all. Like I have at least once a month, either I'm doing a newspaper, a magazine, newspaper, magazine, podcast. I got a podcast that's coming out. It's so long, it's not even gonna be out for 2 months, but it's a good one. And I never even talked about some of the stuff I share with her. I'm pointing like y'all can see it, but I was on the front of a magazine in Australia. I have the opportunity also now to partner with that company for other women to do the same thing because I believe in having media exposure outside of social media. Like you got to have that. That's how you flourish. Okay. Yeah. So and there's so many, but they have like a whole bunch of groups. Cheryl, they got the hashtags in here. Okay. Here's another one. I'm trying to show y'all what I would do. Okay, so this is domestic violence. Her name is Melissa. She's the VP of Prevention and Outreach of Partnerships Against Domestic Violence in Atlanta, right? I would reach out to her and I would say, hi, my name is Cheryl. I'm an advocate. I would love the opportunity to come share my story. Do you all do that? And that's, again, she's the VP of prevention. She's probably the one who's going to make decisions. If she's not, she's going to get you to the right person. That's why I love LinkedIn, is because it gets you to the decision maker versus trying to figure it out. Okay. Aren't y'all excited? Like, I'm so excited for y'all. I'm all excited. Like, I'm excited now. All right. Okay. So remember we're going to talk about groups next. All right. Everybody got it? Okay. So let's get into the messaging. So again, on page 6, we talk about messaging and customizing your message, okay? But I'm going to go back and I'm going to use the health coach that we used 2 days ago. Again, if you haven't already, you can download the planner, what we're talking about, the guide. All right, so it says, Dear Sally, this is the message. Okay, oh, wait. What if I offer t-shirt service along with travel? Do you think that's a great idea? Yes, absolutely. Because guess what? So like for me, When I do, you're welcome. When I do events, I always have t-shirts for the people in the VIP bag. I always have t-shirts. And now you get to do both. Yep. When I travel to Dubai, I always got t-shirts. Everybody got a t-shirt. The sisterhood, whatever it is. Sisterhood something. Whatever I'm doing. Dubai, whatever it is. Absolutely. And the fact that you can do it too. Yes. And you need to do it, offer it. So in your heading, no. Don't do your heading. Yes. In your heading, you're going to put that you're a travel agent, but you also offer unique t-shirts. When you send me a DM with the word heading, make sure you put the t-shirt piece in there so I can play with it, okay? Because I think you should say that you can offer t-shirts for other travel agents as well. Somehow I'm going to word it, okay? I'll get it. But just remind me. Just put it in the DM. Okay, so then the messaging, remember for the health coach. Dear Sally, I am a health coach specializing in helping new moms look and feel great. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me give the people who weren't here yesterday a little bit of context. All right, so what we said, well, the first day, is that when you use your heading, you don't want to say just health coach. You don't want to just say that because it's going to be hard for people to find you or for you to stand out amongst other people. So instead, in your heading or below your name, is going to say health coach health coach for busy moms who want to look better, feel better, and have it all naturally, instead of just saying health coach, okay? So now, today, fast forward, now you're getting to send a message to someone. You're inboxing them, all right? So now that you're getting to send the message to introduce yourself, you're not going to just say, hey, I'm a health coach, and, how you doing? You're not going to say that, okay? You're not going to say something like, I'd like to add you to my LinkedIn network. I get that sometimes, and I'm like, no. That's the first thing I say, no. And I'd like delete. I used to say no, now delete. And then if my assistant's doing, I tell her the same thing. If it's not like, tell me what you do, how you can benefit, I'm not doing it. And I don't have time to go search it, okay? Your time is valuable. So instead, you're going to say this. Dear Sally, I'm a health coach specializing in helping new moms look and feel great. I really enjoyed your article about breastfeeding versus formula. There's so much misinformation out there. It was great to read such a well-researched piece. I'd love to stay in touch. Best wishes, Wendy Alexander. So what I've done is that I looked at her profile, saw where she posted something, right? And I tried to make it relevant to make the connection to build a relationship. And sometimes, like me, for a person like me, I don't usually post a lot. So usually what they do for me who use this method is that they'll say, hi, Wendy, I noticed that you did a lot of global business in Dubai, or I noticed that you do a lot of business in the Middle East. That's usually they'll look at my profile and tie it into me. So it's important. Again, this is why I said it's important that you research, that you're very strategic about who you connect to. Does that make sense? So your messaging also has to be the same way. So when you send it out, you say, okay, I'm connecting to this person for this reason. And I researched a little bit about it. It shouldn't take long. You can see they posted something just related to the message. That's it. And I always say you can keep like little templates. Like this can really be a template because usually somebody's going to post something. So all you got to do is just replace it with what they did. Okay. But you want to have at least 4 types of templates inside of your notes. So then therefore all you're doing is copy and paste because you don't want to be like, ooh, like all of a sudden, like who's this woman? Let me see. Her name is Sierra. She's pretty. But anyway, Sierra. She just came up, right? So let's say like I saw Sierra, which I'm not connected to her. And she got a powerful story. See this? I'm all off focus. But she says, I dropped out of high school when I was only 17 years old. 2 months later, I signed a contract to join the Army. Okay, as a high school dropout, and she talks about her journeys, which I love people sharing their story. I think your story is so powerful. Like, this is a great intro. I don't know who she is. She just popped up, and guess what? I'm going to follow her. The reason why I'm going to follow her is because she's talking about mental health and stuff that I do, right? I also might want to use her to be a speaker at my nonprofit organization. So for me, she matches, right? And what I'm trying to do, my target audience for one of my businesses, okay? But if I was actually reaching out to her, that's exactly what I would say is that I have a nonprofit organization and I noticed your powerful story that you actually shared on LinkedIn. Congratulations on all your success. You know, I also know a lot of single mothers and also girls who have dropped out of school. I would love the opportunity to be able to connect with you further. See, nice and simple. You see, but it's very genuine, right? And that's, and I don't even know that's how quick you can come up with those. But guess what I would do? I would write it out and keep it in my phone, in my notes, just in case I need it again for maybe somebody else who has an amazing story. Okay? Is that helpful, y'all? I hope this is helpful. Now, I will say this. Now, one of the things she did this is not even in here. This is a bonus. Right here, you see she put her link. Hi, Denise. You see she put her link right there. Don't put your links in your captions, okay? What in Bluetooth chat? Hold on. What you want to do is you want to write it, and you want to say instead, you can say, join my free workshop in my comments. Join my free workshop. You can say link in comments or register in my comments, and you put the registered link in the comments. Two things. Number one, sometimes it doesn't push it out if you put it's the same thing for Facebook, y'all, just so it goes both ways. Okay? Because sometimes they don't like the links. So instead, you're kind of like tricking the algorithm, but also now you're tricking the algorithm that somebody commented, but it's really you commenting. So it gets it started as a comment. Okay? It works, trust me. All right? So like right now she has, like, this is a really powerful post. I mean, she has 500 people that liked it. She has 48 comments and 2 reposts, but I bet you if she had put that link in her comment, she probably would have had more because her story is so powerful and her picture's beautiful. Does that make sense? Is that helpful? Yeah, they got some, and they have some good stories on here. This is why I can't focus. So this lady, she's actually talked about, honey, she wore braids to work to corporate America. All right. And, you know, that she felt like you should be able to. LinkedIn's changed. We didn't used to put, you know, a lot of this on here, but I love it though. Let me see if she did it, y'all. See? Here's another great example. LaShawn, like, I love this picture. I saw it, but she put the link in here and she only has 1 comment. She put register. She should have put register in the comments. So y'all make sure y'all do that, even if it's on Facebook, okay? So you all need to work on your messaging. Now, if you don't know your messaging, I have 15 templates that's also inside where you found the planner that you can just copy and paste and tweak. So it's like 15 different messages, and I probably will add some more. But here's a space. Also on page 6, it talks about making quality connections, okay? Again, making quality connections. I always say you're sell without selling. So that's what I was actually doing when I was inboxing people. I'm sell without selling. So when we put the link in the comments, exactly. Yep. Exactly. If you're promoting something and it has a link and you want them to go somewhere, put it in the comments. But just say, go register in the comments or go sign up in the comments. Okay. And then just have them sign up in the comments. And people go to your comments. And again, you've already commented. Great question. Great question. And so again, you want to make sure that you are building genuine relationships, as you saw how I gave you that example of what I would have said to her. And then also at the bottom, it talks about your your keywords and your potential connections. So it's a space for you to be able to brainstorm. Okay. Again, keywords, some of your connections. Like I gave you all like a start of how you would search, and people like the VP that said Cheryl should definitely connect with, once she's ready to talk about speaking. There's so many, y'all. I mean, it's because people are now becoming more active on LinkedIn. There's no way that you should not have a connections. Hey, thank you so much for joining, Cheryl. Does that make sense? Y'all have any questions? I hope this is helpful. So let me tell you what happened while I'm waiting to see if y'all have any questions while we take a little break. Because now we're moving on to we talked about creating the template. So actually, I want to share this real quick before I start. So at the bottom of it says exercise. These are like the ones that you can, the different templates that you can create, which is fellow coach, potential client, industry leader. We're talking about LinkedIn for those of you who are just joining. Thank you. And setting up your profile. And then also other. But again, you can just, write them here, write them on a piece of paper, but make sure the final templates go in your phone. So then all you're doing is just copy and pasting. You might be sitting in a coffee shop, and I want you all to get used to this. I want you to go to LinkedIn before you go to Facebook. Okay, everything, do it for 21 days, it becomes a habit, right? So before you go to TikTok, before you go to Instagram, all that, go to LinkedIn. Because even if you have a service-based business, you're going to make more money on LinkedIn. Because remember, as a service-based business, as a coach, you're going to make more money because you're talking to corporate, right? You're talking to people who usually have more than 5 employees, right? If you are a product-based business, you can sell wholesale. You can do white labeling, right? So you're going to make more money. So go where you're going to make the most money. So then your energy in the morning, right? Because usually that's when we have our energy, is on the thing that's going to pay us the most money. And then after that, you can go to TikTok and go to Facebook and all of that. But if you start doing that, you'll get in the habit of using LinkedIn. All right. Put a 1 in the chat if that made sense. Put a 1 in the chat and make sure we're on the same page. Put a 1 in the chat. And then I'm going to tell you all something before we go to step 4. So if you don't have the guide, you can click the link in the bio. So step 4. Before we go to step 4. Y'all, so I don't even know her. She did buy the guide. Okay, she purchased the guide and she sent me a message because she said I created my heading. I hope she comes on before we get off. Thank you. She said I created my heading. She said I also did my summary like you said. She was just like, and I decided to go ahead and do some really good keywords. She said that she woke up this morning and she went to LinkedIn first, and she now has 2 meetings scheduled with 2 potential clients, and we haven't even we just on day 3. So I was like, yay! I was so excited for her. Like, I love that. It makes a lot of sense to do that. Okay. I love it. So I'm so excited for her because she hasn't even gotten to day 3. So she has the planner because she said she wasn't sure she was going to be able to come. But if she does, I told her I'll bring her on and she can share. I know, right? But the good thing, she has the guide. So I told her just to follow that for tonight. But I was just so happy for her. So it works, y'all. I'm telling you, it works. Like you all saw. I showed y'all. Like, my connections this morning was bananas, and I'm so scared to look and see what it is right now, to be honest. But if you have those keywords right, they really work. I want to show you something else. Let's see. So this is what I showed them a few minutes ago. So I woke up today, and this is what it was. 63 connections. That's 63 opportunities. And it might be only 10. But that's 10 more than I had when I went to bed last night. And these are not 10 individuals. These are 10 companies. Oh, thank you. Does that make sense? These are 10 companies. So think about it. Would you want to wake up to 63 TikTok messages, Instagram, Facebook, or 63 company messages? Y'all see the difference? That's why we're going to get this. I'm determined for y'all to get this with LinkedIn. All right? I'm going to show y'all something else before we go on. Let's see. Okay. So one of the things I'm going to do tonight, make sure most of y'all, I think everybody's following me on LinkedIn. I am going, and not tonight. No, I'm lying. I'm not doing it tonight. I'll probably do it tomorrow because I need to make sure of something. Because I'm doing a test. So I don't do a lot of company. A lot of posting articles and stuff because I am always in the messages. I want to talk to people. I want to connect with people. I want to get them off of LinkedIn and talk and give proposals. I don't do a whole lot of like articles and stuff. But I'm going to do something different right now. Usually I'll start that. And so right now while I'm doing this test, I'm going to do an article. And the way I'm going to do the article, remember we talked about keywords? Well, not only are keywords important on LinkedIn, but hashtags inside of the article. Okay? So if you are writing anything, let me see if I can show you this. Can you see this? This is an article, but you see how they use hashtags as words? Because the algorithm in LinkedIn is so powerful. You see that? And look, it's the UAE. So, of course, because I do a lot of business I do diversity. All of my keywords came up. This person's article this morning popped up because these are my keywords. My keywords is diversity, right? My keywords is inclusion, Emiratis, UAE, Dubai, because I work there. Those are my keywords, and it popped up. The other one popped up today. Here's another person. This is a totally different person. It's Africa. That's another one of my keywords. So Ethiopia, I'm actually getting ready, probably because I've been doing a lot of, and this is funny that Ethiopia came up. So this is why I tell you that the email is still very important, because only place that I've done Ethiopia for this to pop up is in the inbox. I feel a shift coming to, that's right. It is. I feel it too. That's why I'm so excited for y'all. Like, y'all have no idea. I'm so excited for y'all. And so I am in the midst of trying to do some work in Ethiopia. And that's only been in the inbox. Heavy, though, in the inbox. Like, we're at proposal level in the box. And the fact that this came up, I was like, okay. The other thing is I want to show you all. A lot of times people say, well, don't use a lot of hashtags on LinkedIn. Look. Oh, that's me. Wait a minute, hold on. I'm like, that's me. You do want to use a lot of hashtags. Look, this is somebody's post. Look at all them hashtags. Y'all see that? Hi, cousin. How are you? Does that make sense? Okay. So hashtags, here's another one that came up. I'm just trying to show you all. So when you start writing your articles on LinkedIn, so like this one, it popped up. It said the keywords, the hashtags they use is LinkedIn. No, they didn't. They use leadership, management, and leaders. I use that a lot too. So all of my all of my keywords popped up. So when you are writing your articles and whatever you're posting on LinkedIn, you want to make sure that you are including hashtags. All right. Any questions before we move on to number 4? This is our last one. This talks about groups. This actually talks about joining Facebook groups. You can create your own. Now, this is what I'm going to say about LinkedIn groups. They're there. Do I use them? Only, how do I say this? I use them if an alert pops up and it makes sense. It's not like a Facebook group. I don't feel like it's very effective like that. I think Facebook groups are more effective, to be honest with you. So, I mean, I think I would go in and I would just look at Facebook groups and see what works for you. See which group will work for you. And so, I don't know if y'all know. Let's see. Okay, so when you go to your profile, come on. When you go to your profile, you click up there, your profile, and it says groups. And then that's how you can go find the different groups and the groups that you're in. Okay. And so as you see, most of mine is coaching groups, always some country, right? And every now and then people are posting them, but they're not really active like a Facebook group. It just depends. Let me see, I think the most active group I have is the one from Pakistan, to be honest. Oh, no, I take that back. They would kill me if I say that. It's one more. Hold on. It is actually Black LinkedIn. Everyone needs to go join Black LinkedIn. I take that back. That's one of the most active groups. And it actually comes up. I wonder if I have to invite y'all. It comes up. A lot of people don't even know it's a Black LinkedIn, y'all. This is a strong group. They actually work with LinkedIn to make sure that we get what we're supposed to on LinkedIn. I love them. I did a summit with them before too. But it's hashtag BL. But what I'm going to do is invite y'all. I'm going to start with Nicole. Because I think that's... How do I do this? Oh, here it is. Oh, I'm connected to Lisa Nichols. I did not even know that. See? All right. Nicole, I just sent you an invite. Hold on, Cheryl, because I know I'm going to mess up your name, because I know it's not Cheryl. Cheryl, what is it on LinkedIn? Anybody else want to join Black LinkedIn that's on here? Y'all want me? Because I need you all to connect with me on LinkedIn and I'll add you, because I think you have to be invited. Anybody else? Can y'all still hear me? We're almost done, so y'all can go. We did a whole hour today. Oh, that's it. Okay. I knew. I spelled it wrong. I was close. All right, so I just sent you an wait. That's not right. Oh, I think I did. Did y'all see it? Do y'all see the invite? Did I do that right? Okay, sure. I might have to. Am I connected to you though? Let me see. No. I want to do it now. Because I know if I get off, no, ma'am. I haven't forgot. Nope. I think. Look and see if y'all got it. Can y'all look? I don't know if y'all can look while y'all on. Hold on. Sure. Let me see. Oh, I'm not connected to you, Cheryl. Why are you not coming up? Cheryl, see if you can connect with me on LinkedIn as Wendy. It's just Wendy Alexander. And then I'll accept it and then I'll add you, okay? Because I can't find you. So it's just Wendy Alexander, okay? And then I'll add you from there. Cheryl, it looks like it went through, I think. Lord, I don't know. Hey, Karen. But Black LinkedIn, make sure you're in that group. They do a lot. They do also stuff on honey. On Clubhouse, these private summers. Okay? That's why I can't talk. Oh, I'm about to burn up. I gotta turn this fan off. Okay, so, and I'll be freezing in a second. But you can go to Clubhouse and also join Black LinkedIn. I think they come on every third Sunday. But they do a lot of work for us on LinkedIn, y'all. I love the community. They really go, they voice, make sure that we are heard. No, we are connected. No, not you. I was talking. Oh, you know what? Lord, I'm losing my mind. There's another Cheryl in here. There's another. Sorry. I was talking about the other Cheryl Blackman. I'm not connected to her on LinkedIn. I'm sorry. Hey, Karen. How are you? We're talking about. What do you do, Karen? Hold on. Why can I see you? Karen, what do you do? You're service-based, right? Are you service-based, glam? Or do you do beauty? Or do you sell a product? I'm going to tell you the reason I'm asking why I'm being nosy in a minute. No, I'm sorry. I should have said that. I'm like, hey, sure, I ain't connected to you. But sure, I did send you an invitation from Black LinkedIn. Oh, you invited Karen. Thank you. Karen, are you on LinkedIn? The reason why I was asking because I was just trying to see how I can support you, like whether or not you do service-based or you do product-based. Because a lot of times people who do product-based, they don't think that they can be on LinkedIn. Like my daughter is not on LinkedIn, but last night I created, now she's ready. Does that make sense? Like you just have to be ready for LinkedIn. And I was just like, are you ready now? Because now she's really doing wholesale, right? So she's doing private labeling. So when she does her, look, shameless plug, body butters, Alux Beauty. So now she can private label. So now people can have their own body butters, right? They could have their own oil. She sells them by the gallon, but she creates them. She also formulates. And so when people say, well, you know what? I have this big company and I want to be able to provide oil to them. Can you do it? Okay. So now she can sell wholesale on LinkedIn. And so I created her heading. Okay, gotcha. No problem. What do you do, Karen? Tell us about yourself. Okay, I done messed up. I thought it went. Let me try this. I'm just on my phone. So now she can actually sell that. And even like the teachers, like the schools, like I told you, she's doing Teacher Appreciation Day for teachers at this school. So it makes sense for her to be on it now. But I'm going to write her headings and her stuff. I did most of it last night. Hold on, y'all. Any questions while I'm doing this? Any questions? See, Karen, I thought that you would like you did makeup or something with your name. Let me try this again. Oh, no, you've been invited. So I wonder if, because I'm not the controller of the group, they must have to admit you. You'll see it once they do it. You probably just can't see it yet because it says invited already. Let me make sure. Same thing with Cheryl. Okay, you've been invited. Pending. So you'll be fine. Okay, I'm gonna teach you assistance. Oh, paparazzi. I have some of that. Yep, know exactly what you're talking about. I appreciate you, honey, because I was like, oh, teachers right now. I don't know how y'all do it. Teacher assistants. Y'all all need raises. Y'all need triple the pay. Seriously, because these kids these days are something. Yeah, Nicole, so as soon as they accept you, you should be in the group. All right? So, again, for the groups, I would just search, and I will only join groups that are active, that are relevant to what you're doing. Yes. All right? Okay, let me go back and just add your whole. Let me make sure I have your name. Hold on, give me 1 second. Because I'm going to try it again on my phone when I get off. Hold on, y'all. It was Blackman, right? Yeah. Okay. So join groups, but y'all really look at, just like I said, some people are not active, so don't join the groups that are not active. So like I am director of international affairs for Pakistan. So the Pakistan group, it was important to me, and they're active, right? It makes sense because they're telling me what's going on in Pakistan because I ain't there. So I got to be in groups so I can find out. I have some South Africa groups. They're okay. They're not as active like every day, but they once a week. But there's some groups that I'm in, I have not seen them in 6 months, 7 months, and now I'm removing myself. One the other day was a year. You see what I mean? So it's not like Facebook, but some of them are active. So now that you are just starting out, really only join groups that are active, that are populated, and also that are relevant to what you're doing and your target audience. And especially because those of you all who are new to me, I'm a cross-culture consultant. I love doing international business, been doing international business for over 20-something years now. I also started my business international, first online in London, then in Dubai, and lived in Dubai for a while, and just came home from the States in 2020. Came home to the States in 2020, and so I have a business footprint in Africa, Kenya, Ghana. I have a nonprofit in South Africa, Namibia, and so I do a lot of international business. So for me, when I join LinkedIn groups, I'm looking for groups mostly that are in different countries or something that's related to like coaching and things like that. You're welcome. That's what I'm here for. That's what I am here for. I want to help you. All right? Then another important thing is once you join a group, make sure you look at your notifications. I made a mistake and I didn't turn the notifications off for like receiving email. So for one group, I was getting email like everyone. I was like, what is going on? So make sure you look at your notifications, and it's just like Facebook, and say what is it that you want to receive and not to receive. But join a group. Start out with a group because you want to, remember I told you, especially if you're talking about building your business, making connections on LinkedIn, again, is a different ballgame than Facebook because it gives you an opportunity to provide services wholesale. If you are someone who's looking for a job, join a group. Tell them about what you do, right? So making sure you're on LinkedIn, regardless if you have a business, don't have a business, you should still be on LinkedIn, especially if you're looking for a job. LinkedIn's the best place to find a good job. Okay, because what happens is, I usually don't talk a lot, but I'll say this. When you are someone who's looking to get a job on LinkedIn, there's so many different little buttons that you can push to be able to be notified. But not only that, you get to see the decision maker's name. It'll say hiring manager. Like how many of you all honestly can say when you go online to apply for a job on Monster, you're just applying. You don't get directly to the hiring manager, right? It's usually a recruiter. On LinkedIn, you get the hiring message. Hiring managers, you can message and say, I'm interested in an opportunity at your, your location. Do y'all have any? Like, that's the power of LinkedIn versus you going on a, y'all, I have not had a job in so long. Is it no? Oh, Career Builder. That's what I'm like. What's the name of the platform people use? Career Builder. And do people still use Monster? Is that still out? I don't even know if that's out. But anyway, y'all get the point. It's different than going on. Oh, Indeed. I think people use Indeed. It's different than that. Indeed, you're just putting your information up there, right? And then I guess you're just applying. But LinkedIn, you can talk to the person actually hiring. Okay? So even if you don't have a business, it's still good for that. All right? Now, on page, let's see. We did a lot tonight, y'all. 9, it has a little place where you can even do like a little brainstorm. It could say your potential groups, what's unique about it, and how will it benefit me. Okay? That's very important. Like, take your time. Say, okay, here's a group about South Africa. Let's see how it can really benefit me. Well, it looks like it can't, so I'm gonna mark that off. I'm not gonna join that group. Everything's about strategy on LinkedIn. Yes, I'm looking for a remote job, but I have applied for jobs on LinkedIn. Okay, so yep, exactly. And did you know you can even search for remote jobs, just remote jobs on LinkedIn, that you can filter it out, just remote jobs? You can do that. You can do that too. No hits. Did you, and it could be, so let me, you know what? I already know what yours is. I already know what it is. You remember your profile? So that's 2 things. So this is something, y'all, this is actually different. All right. So let's talk about this. I'm so glad you brought this up. Okay. So when I was talking to you about your travel business, I was talking to you because I thought maybe that's all you were going to do. But if you are doing a remote job, you're still going to be looking for work. Here's my suggestion. All right. Hey, Cynthia, your LinkedIn profile that I looked at. Hey, Jewel, your LinkedIn profile that I looked at, right? I would keep that with your customer service. You need to, change the heading and make sure it's attracting the positions that you are actually looking for, making sure your summary is attracting the positions that you're looking for. So like right now, I don't see a heading. So they can be looking, because you are applying on LinkedIn, they're looking at like, I need her to have a heading. I need her LinkedIn profile to look like this, because sometimes people hire you just off your LinkedIn. Okay. So now when you have your travel business, I would take the name of your travel company and make a whole nother LinkedIn. Does that make sense? Remember you were asking me, do you use your government name? I would keep the government name on the one that I saw, and I would take like your travel business and name that page that travel business, because you're looking for a job and you're trying to run your business, which is fine. But that's how I would separate those two. I hope that makes sense, Nicole. So it makes sense. Okay. We've been talking about LinkedIn, y'all. We've been talking about, this is our 3rd day. We've been using the guide that's in the bio. I was telling them how someone who came in here, I don't know her, on day 2, she did everything, her heading, her summary, and now she has 2 potential clients that she's going to meet with. I'm just so excited for her. And it was all just by this. And then today she's going to be, I guess she's doing this because she hasn't gotten in here yet. But if you're not on LinkedIn, you need to get on LinkedIn. And normally I don't do these. These are usually the trainings that I usually charge for. But I said I really want people to be on LinkedIn. Like, I really want y'all to really at least be there and see how powerful it is. And so Nicole and Cheryl, you all have been here all 3 days. How do you all, Bible study, yes. How do you all feel so far about the training? And then I'm gonna get off too, because I need to get off. How do y'all feel about the training? Hi, Wendy. That makes sense. Multiple business means multiple links. Yep, exactly. You're welcome. And actually, Jewel, to be honest with you, I'm glad you said that. If you have one business, like if you have another business, you could just put them up under that one business page. That way you're only trying to work 2. as versus different like TikTok and Facebook, how we have all of those, and Instagram. I would just have 2 LinkedIn for one and just have it fall up under like doing business as, and have all the businesses on that one LinkedIn page, and then have your business, your personal page. Game changer. Yay. You're learning so much. I'm glad. Well, thank y'all again. Hey, Donald. Thank y'all so much for joining. So if you all, I'm coming back. Tomorrow's our last day. We've been doing how to create your profiles with LinkedIn. We talked about the power of your heading. We talked about summary. And one thing I do want to do, go over how to separate from, oh, I didn't see you come in here. How to separate, hey. How to separate how to separate from your 9 to 5. I was just telling Nicole that this is what I would do. Now, this is just my opinion. Now, I don't know. Somebody else might tell you something else, but this is what worked for my client. She had the same situation. So I told her, Jeanette, how are you, honey? I just love your post. Y'all make sure y'all go follow her. Because, honey, if y'all got student loans and just go follow her. All right, so can I pin her? How do I do this? Oh, this says remove. I need you to comment so I can pin. I was about to remove you. All right, so if you work and you have a business, I would keep your government name, right, with your for people to find you for jobs. I would take your business name and create another page. Just create another page with your business name. And think about it. Then that way they can't even find you. Oh, there you go. Okay. All right, just pinned it. Y'all make sure y'all follow her. Just go follow her. Honey, all about finance. That's not my ministry. Go follow her. Does that make sense? Yep, do that. And think about it. So when people try to be nosy, everybody be trying to be in your business. I remember that the 9 to 5, that's what she was having problems. People was trying to figure out what she was doing. I was like, just go make it your business name. And when she ain't tell nobody her business name, they couldn't figure out what she was doing. And she started growing so much, and all of a sudden she left. And then by the time she left, and they had found out. Okay? Great question. And so I want to give y'all one more. So I follow her. You do? Okay, good. I should have known, Cynthia. All right. So one of the things I talked about was your heading. Now, listen. One of the things I do on LinkedIn, listen, do not follow. Well, I will confuse you if you follow me on LinkedIn. I'm just being very, very honest. Like right now, and what I mean by that is because I like strategy. So somebody just told me, they're just like, I looked at your profile and it said something else, and then today it said something else. I said, don't follow me right now. Don't look at what I'm doing right now. Just don't do it, because I'll probably change it again in the morning. And the reason why is because I like strategy and I like to look at stuff. So like when I woke up to those 63 messages, I was like, ooh, those keywords are working, but one keyword looks like it might be off because this person it's not inboxing me for this reason, and I need them to. This is another nugget, okay? So I'm going to change up some of these keywords so then they make sure that they're following me. So my heading might change a lot. My summary, and depending on what I'm doing, because I'm a serial entrepreneur, my summary is probably going to change too. And as I was telling them, for if you haven't been here, is that it's so important that you have keywords. You have to have keywords so people can find you. If you wake up to your inbox after being on LinkedIn after 6-7 months, or not, I ain't gonna say 6-7 months. I'm gonna say after 3 months, and you don't have a lot of inboxes, look at changing your keywords in your heading, and start adding hashtags. For those of you all like Jeanette, she posts all the time. I'm so proud of her. So if you post like a lot, I'm gonna say do this. Hold on, y'all. This is what my client's been doing. I hope I still got it. I do. Hope y'all can see this. So see, this is an article. You see the hashtags inside the article? This is actually working. You know how I know it's working? Because now I'm starting to see these articles. Why? Because these are my keywords. Does that make sense? They're my target audience. I'm there. So it talks about this person has UAE, Dubai. They have diversity, right? I do diversity and inclusion. Does that make sense? Isn't it? So look at this one. Here's the next one. This is what he's been doing. It's working. So I said, okay, we're going to see if I see it. I did. Now, the thing about this one is Ethiopia. Now, I've been doing a lot of inbox. I do inbox a lot. I don't do a whole lot of articles and posting. That's just not how I do my strategy. But I'm going to do something because now I want to figure out something else. But one of the things is when Ethiopia popped up, I said, oh, so the inbox really is. The more you use inbox, the keywords in the inbox, y'all, are even connecting to the algorithm. How do I know? Because I have a proposal on the table for Ethiopia that I've been talking to them for the last month or so, and all of a sudden Ethiopia pops up. But I haven't posted anything about Ethiopia. Make sense? So your inbox matters. And so we talked about that too. When you don't clean out your inbox, it actually hurts your search. Did y'all know that? It actually hurts you. Clean out the inbox, because what it shows is that, oh, she's not active. Even in the inbox, oh, she's not active. Just watch. If you don't do your inbox for a couple of days, you'll notice all of a sudden you didn't get a lot. You didn't get any connections. Clean it out and see what happens. Okay? I'm just trying to go back over what we talked about in this guide. Hold on, y'all. And it's in the bio. The other thing we talked about the other day was the heading. And making sure. Okay, here's a good one. Again, do not look. What? You didn't know that? Yes. So make sure. I had to hire somebody because it's a hot mess right now. Every time it was 63 this morning. We just cleaned it out and it's another one. But that's because the keywords are working. All right. Okay, here's a good one. So I changed my heading again today. But sometimes I see people do this. This is a recap, y'all, from day 1 and 2. It's health coach. That's what some people put. My name is Wendy Alexander and I'm a health coach. Okay, now. Here is what you want to put in your heading. Something like this. Health coach for busy moms who want to look better, feel better, and have it all naturally. Okay, that's the heading. So now you're telling me who you are and who you're for, and basically speaking to your target audience. Okay, because not just a health coach for anybody. All right. So we talked about creating your heading. Then the heading matches what we talked about today, which is the messaging. So you should have a minimum of 4 different messages on your notepad. Now, if y'all got one of them Androids, I don't know what y'all do. But in iPhone, it has a notepad, okay? And you can copy and paste, put all your, I could do like this, copy and paste. This is a good message for this person. And if you're struggling with messages, if you're a business coach or you're a product-based business, in my bio I also have 15 templates that you could just use and open up. So here is one for who we just talking about? Hold on, y'all. Health coach, all right? So if the health coach person was inboxing somebody, she's not going to say, I would like to add you to my network or LinkedIn. When people send me that, I just automatically just delete. No, I don't have time for that. And then especially ones who, oh, you cute. Can I connect with you? Absolutely not. All right. So I just honestly delete. I even told my sister, just delete. We're not asking you, why do you want to connect with me? I need you to put it in the message. I have a slight ADHD. Okay. Seriously. All right. But listen to how this health coach has her message. Listen to this. And I gave an example of how I actually even went through somebody on LinkedIn and I said how I would actually approach them. All right, so she said, Dear Sally, I'm a health coach specializing in helping new moms look and feel great. I really enjoyed your article about breastfeeding versus formula. There's so much misinformation out there. It was great to read such a well-researched piece. I love to stay in touch. Wendy Alexander. Hey, Kira. Does that make sense? So now it's just like, it's more personable. You took the time to at least go look at her profile. You saw the article that she wrote, and now you're creating a genuine relationship. Now, if somebody sent me something like this, I'm going to connect with you. But if you send me something telling me I'd like to connect with your network, or you cute, can we connect? No, absolutely not. Okay, so you want your messaging to be very strategic. Everything's strategic on LinkedIn, but it's always worth it. Okay, and basically, that's kind of like sell without selling. That's a whole nother conversation. All right, you should always be sell without selling. Okay. So I gave this example, and I hope this. Let me see. Let me show y'all something. Any questions? And it's a guide that's in the bio. I knew it was gonna go away, y'all. Let me see if I can find another example real quick of somebody. And stay focused, because every single time I go on here, I get off focus and I want to read everybody's article. Hold on. it's the one we just had, y'all. It was a good one. Y'all have any questions? Okay, I'm gonna give you. This is my business partner. I'm just gonna use this one for example. She's, she's actually in Dubai. She's in Dubai, right? She is receiving. I'm like I don't know her though. Okay, I don't know her. She is receiving an award from Morocco. Oh, congratulations! I didn't even say thank you. I'll come back to that. But she's receiving a let's say I know her. My inbox to her would be, "Hi, Layla. My name is Wendy Alexander. I just wanted to say congratulations on your achievement of award of successful builders from Morocco. I think that is so fascinating." And then I might ask her. So I've been also, which is true, I've been also thinking about doing some business in Morocco and would love to maybe have tea or a virtual meeting with you. Right? So I congratulated her, made it personable versus saying, hey Layla, I was thinking about doing some business in Morocco. Can we meet? Does that make sense, y'all? It gets you, like, if you really, really plan it out, it's selling without selling also, okay? I really wanted to find this other one. Now I'm about to be mad. Does that make sense? Any questions, y'all? Because y'all have really good questions. And it's so funny. When you have the right keywords, like for me, I do a lot of global and culture. Everything, most of the stuff that comes up has to do with culture or something because the keywords are right. So everything that I'm seeing are around leadership. If you have stuff that is coming up that's not matching your target audience or what you're trying to do, then I would definitely change your keywords. Okay? Any questions, y'all, before I get off? We've been on for a while. Oh, I know it's something I told them, y'all. You know when you post like y'all, I don't know. I must have too many. This is a lot. Let's say you're posting. I'm just going to give you an example. Let's say you're posting like, okay, we don't need to see people. Like, here's one. Let's say if this post was yours, okay? And you said register here. You all know to make sure that you put register and you put the link inside of your comments. Don't put the link up here. Y'all know that, right? Even on not TikTok, Facebook. You want to say join in my comments, register in my comments, and put the link there. Number one, sometimes they don't like that. Number two, now you're the first person to comment also. Okay, and it kind of tricks the algorithm. I'll always put your registration there. Okay, you're welcome. So I hope this was helpful tonight, y'all. And we're going tomorrow night to be our last night. Okay. Let's see. So someone I have two people that DM me the word heading. That means that they need some work with their heading, and I'm gonna, like Cheryl, which is Unleashed 60. I gave her 7 headings. Cheryl, you have enough headings, all right, to last you to be able to work with for a while. I gave you 7. I was supposed to give her 1. Okay. What's wrong? Why the sad face? So I gave you those headings. So just pick which one you want and see what works for you, and then you can switch them out. All right. Okay. So again, if you all didn't, you can go grab the planner and you can work from there. All right. God bless you all. God bless your families. I appreciate you so much. I'm going to get off of here now. Go get some rest. Tomorrow's the last day. Oh, that's why. Oh, yeah. I'm traveling on Friday. I've been sitting still for a whole week. A whole week. A whole 8 days. Yeah. It's time. I'll be traveling on Friday. That's why. And I'm going to travel on Friday. Oh, you're welcome. You are very welcome, Joanne. Thank you. So good to see you. So we'll do tomorrow. We did a lot. So we'll be on step 6. Sharing valuable content. Speaking JV partners. Okay, listen, tomorrow, y'all. I rest I rest. It's just a different type of rest. I always say I get my 8 hours, just looks different. So like I'm going to get off, shower, and then I'm actually going to, I have a meeting at 2 a.m. So that's why I said I'm going to get off of here. That's why I was like, oh, I'm going to do something tonight. No, I'm not. Yeah, so we're talking about sharing valuable content tomorrow. So tomorrow, y'all, I'm going to talk about JV partners and how I have JV partnerships, how you get those. I'll give y'all some tips on that. I'll talk about speaking engagements as well. And then I'm actually going to give you a little strategy on how I connect with people. So as you all know, I leave this up for an hour, then I take it down. And then for those of you all who have downloaded the guide, I will send you the replays on Monday. You will have all the replays. Okay? All right, so that's what we're going to do tomorrow. Thank you all so much for joining. I appreciate you all. All right, good night.